we've constantly been bringing you all the latest developments from a momentous event that's been underway in India in the national capital, the 18th G20 summit. And so far it's been a triumph for the country, wherein we have emerged out to be a strong voice for the global south, talking about our theme, the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And right now, before we move to the summit directly, we have some visuals that we have been able to access. This is of the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who has been slated to visit Akshardham temple shortly, and his wife and businesswoman Akshata Murthy is also likely to visit the temple with him, and the security has been beefed up around the vicinity of the temple. These are the visuals we will be shortly showing you of the security situation around the place at Akshardham. But the update that we are receiving is that UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is slated to visit the Akshardham temple. Remember, this is the first time the UK Prime Minister, he has his Indian origins and he has proudly claimed so a lot of times in the past, and this is the first time he's visiting India after having become the UK Prime Minister. And as he had landed, the first place he'd gone to right before going for the G20 is the British Council in the national capital. He had met the students there, and right now we have these visuals we are showing you of yet another trip he is making at the sidelines, as there have been other requests from other delegates and other leaders as well who have come to the G20 summit. They've all placed requests to visit different monuments across the national capital, and this is one request that had come in from the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak to visit the Akshardham temple. You can see the security situation outside in the vicinity of the area. Security has been beefed up. Well, today it is a bit of a dampener is the weather, because it has been raining since morning in the national capital. But despite that, clearly hasn't dampened the spirits of all the leaders and the delegates who have come for this G20 summit. And we can see that the UK Prime Minister is on his way to make a visit to Akshardham temple. And if we are to speak of all that has been happening since yesterday, a triumphant session that has been going on, a triumphant summit that has been going on for India, and at the sidelines of which we remember the Prime Minister Modi and Rishi Sunak, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has already had a bilateral meeting which had taken place yesterday. And well, a lot of focus had gone on to the trade relations between the two countries, and there have been after the particular bilateral meeting, there was a joint statement that had come in which had said that they are to further the trade relations. More investments, more discussions are slated to take place regarding the trade cooperation, the trade FTAs between the two particular countries. And it had already, Rishi Sunak, before going into the meeting, had also spoken of a comprehensive trade agreement between the two countries, and one that is further discussion is going to take place on that. But the talks have been started yesterday at the bilateral meeting, and right now what we are covering is the fact that Rishi Sunak is slated to visit the Akshardham temple. And yes, we all know about his Indian origin. We have in the past as well, we have seen that Rishi Sunak has come out saying that he's proud to be a Hindu. And well, the visit definitely makes sense now that he is visiting the national capital. And we have Nikhil Lakwani joining us on this broadcast to bring us more details. Nikhil, firstly, what are the whereabouts? Where has he reached till, and how long will it take for him to reach the temple?
So, Shreya, we are currently reporting from outside the Akshardham temple, where a while back Rishi Sunak, who is the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, he has just entered the premises, and after getting down, he will be entering inside the main compound of the Akshardham temple. But for the same, the security arrangements have been made by the Delhi police. You can see that this is the entire route which has been kept deserted in view of the security reasons, and now gradually all the vehicles are being allowed to move beyond a particular point. So this is the point where the pickets were kept in by the Delhi police to make sure that he smoothly enters inside the premises. There is no chaos at the time when he enters the Akshardham temple. But now we are seeing that gradually there are directions which have been given by the Delhi police that all the vehicles are allowed to pass from this particular point, because the road which leads towards this side goes towards the side of the ITO. which further leads towards the side of the Bharat Mandapam. So this is the reason why a heavy security has been put into the place by the Delhi police, and now we need to see as to how much time is Rishi Sunak along with his wife is going to spend inside the Akshardham temple. So a while back he has entered. There are already many of the arrangements which have been made. In fact, yesterday we were informed by the British High Commission that they have raised a request to the administration of the Akshardham temple that the duo want to visit and hold the darshan inside the Swami Narayan Mandir. And now a while back, this is the early morning, and all the rituals are going to start after this, because not just the Akshardham temple visit, also there are many of the dignitaries, many of the guests who have arrived here, many of the head of states as well. They are all set to visit the prominent Rajghat as well, which is the memorial of the Mahatma Gandhi. So all of them are scheduled to visit that place only, and now we have seen that the action has already started with Rishi Sunak entering inside the Akshardham temple.